live and direct from anywhere in the world. It's The Kelley Show with Dr. Kelley Mondesire.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Kelley Show. Real people with real stories in real time. And I'm Dr. Kelley Mondesire, your hostess with the mostest. And the fun fact today is, did you know that there are no snakes in Ireland? And I just moved to sunny South Carolina and I had to buy these. These are snake boots. I used to purchase 3-inch strappy sandals and now I'm getting snake boots. But anyhow, today I'm wearing my Irish clatter ring and I am a citizen of the Emerald Isle. And my special guest today is MacDara Ó Conaola. And he is an Irish singer and an Irish language and culture advocate. So come on down. Welcome, MacDara. Welcome to The Kelley Show. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you very much, Kelley. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's a pleasure and honor, my friend. And can you welcome our viewers in the Irish? Say, welcome to The Kelley Show.
Oh, yeah. Fáilte rúbhar fad ag clár Kelley.
Thank you very much. And I'm a disgrace because the only thing I know in the Irish is sláinte.
Oh,
and I probably mispronounced that also.
No, sláinte, perfect. It means cheers, but it also means help.
Well, sláinte, everyone. Okay. So, MacDara, can you please tell me where you were from in Ireland and talk to me about growing up in the very unbelievably beautiful place in Ireland?
Yeah. Well, I'm from a place called Inisherin or Inisherin in Irish, and that's the smallest of the 3 Aran Islands. And they're 3 islands at the mouth of Galway Bay in County Galway. So we're kind of nestled between Connemara to the north and the cliffs of Moher to the south. And what's special, I suppose, apart from being gorgeous and beautiful and unique, is that we are an Irish language speaking area, or a Gaeltacht it's called, which means it's one of the last places on earth, a little dot here and there, that we still speak Irish or Gaelic or Gaeilge as our native tongue in the community.
I think we have slides of your area of Ireland. Oh, that's you.
Oh, that's me, yeah. That's a clean shaven version. That's Inisherin. That's my family there in the distance walking up the road. My son and daughter, Michelle, and my wife, Anna.
Let me ask you about the stone fences of Ireland, or the stone walls. What's that about?
Oh, yeah. So we're from a very rocky place. Some people might have heard about the Burren, Burren. It's a karst landscape, a limestone area. And most of it is in County Clare, but they reappear again in Galway Bay as the Aran Islands. So we are part of the Burren. And so basically, once upon a time before the Ice Age, it was all covered in earth, clay and stuff like that. And there was trees and everything like that. But the Ice Age got rid of all that and just left the bare rock. So that's what we have here. And the walls, the stone walls that the Aran Islands are famous for are basically multi uses. The main use is property, so just property lines, but it's also so that animals don't get out, cows and sheep and things like that, horses. Then to just, as you can see, it's very exposed there, so it creates shelter for grass to grow and things like that. Not so much for trees and things like that. As you can see, it's not very green. We get some shrubs and things growing, all right, or if we do grow trees, they're lopsided, because we're very exposed there.
Wow. And what's the agriculture? What's the crop?
Yeah, the main crop would be spuds, potatoes, because it's very sandy soil there. So potatoes need a lot of nitrogen. So the sandier the soil, the more nitrogen that's in it. So they grow nice and big and tasty. And people have wanted Aran Island potatoes from surrounding counties for generations. And back in the day, they used to barter, there's no natural fuel source on the Aran Islands. So they used to get turf or peat in from Connemara and would exchange for potatoes or fish
Wow. And we have another photo to put up. Speaking of fish, this is beautiful. Where is this? And is that a castle in the background?
Yeah, so that's what you see when you arrive on Inisherin, which is my home island. There's a population of about 300 people, and that's the famous beach there. It's a small but beautiful beach. And the great thing about Inisherin is everything is central, that everything is around the beach. So we have the 3 pubs, there's the hotels, but there's bed and breakfasts, and there's a football pitch, there's a playground, and the pier where you see the boats there, that's just coming into the harbour. And boats come from County Clare, Doolin, with Doolin ferries, or from Connemara, out in County Galway, with island ferries. And then there's a plane right behind the boat there, and there's a runway over there, and a little 10-seater plane, comes in, and that only takes 7 minutes to get to the mainland. But once you get to the island, you're in a different world. And then the castle you mentioned up there on the hill, that's O'Brien's castle, and they the O'Briens used to rule the Aran Islands and Galway Bay, but there was a big fight there around in the late 1500s between the ferocious O'Flahertys of Connemara and the O'Briens of County Clare. So the O'Flahertys won that battle. So that's why the Aran Islands are now in County Galway and not in County Clare. So it's kind of a ruin of a castle up there. And then further up, there's another building, and that's the tower that was built by the English back in the late 1700s to keep an eye out for Napoleon. But they never really used him because he never came around these ways. And beside that, you'll see another building on top of the hill on one of the highest points of the island. There's the school that the wicked landlord said, "Oh, you want a school? I'll give you a school." So he gave it at the most exposed, windy, windswept part of the island. So all the kids had to climb up there and go to school there. So that's basically that's a typical summer day when the sun is out. People don't have to go to Greece or anywhere like that. They can just come to the Aran Islands and bathe and have fun there.
Well, I've never been, but my parents used to go back to, I call it the motherland, every year, and I do believe they were on this particular island that you reside on. Are you still living there now?
Oh, no. So right now, I'm living in a big town in the county of Clare called Ennis, which is the traditional Irish music capital of the world, I suppose. Yeah. If it's the capital of the traditional Irish music capital of Ireland, then it's probably the traditional capital music of the world. And Ennis is a great town. So I got a job here as an Irish language officer 2.5 years ago. So I did a year of that. But then decided to do my own things. So I visit schools now, bringing Irish culture to schools all over Ireland. And I do weekends down at Bunratty Castle. So a lot of you viewers will know Bunratty Castle, Folk Park. And I do singing and a bit of Irish language stuff down there.
Well, Gareth, my wonderful producer and editor, and I want to know what's the relationship of the Aran Islands and the film The Banshees of Inisherin?
Yes, okay. So I remember when there was big hype about this, 4 or 5 years ago, that, they're going to make a movie on Inisherin, which is the island I'm from, and that it's going to be called The Banshees of Inisherin. So we were all getting excited. But then they decided, for whatever reason, to film it on Inishmore, which is the big island. There's 3 islands. And they changed the name to Inisherin. But it was made during COVID, so I got a call from their somebody recommended me to their coach, their dialect coach. So I did a few sessions on there just to show how Aran Island people would have spoken English 100 years ago. Because we speak Irish language, which is it's nothing to do with the English language. But so when people, not so much now, but especially back in the day, many people didn't have English. They were monolingual, but they had maybe a bit of English. So they had a very strong Irish accent. Whatever you think the Irish accent is now, it was stronger then. So that was fun to work on that.
I've never gotten used to my Irish friends when they spell something for me, they say or. And they said, it's R in American English.
R, yeah.
But speaking of which, the Irish language, which is for me, I would like to learn one day. It doesn't seem all that easy to pick up. But what is the system of learning the Irish in Ireland? And can you tell me how you became such an advocate of the Irish culture, the language, and the music?
Yeah, well, the language, like I said, I was fortunate to be born in a place where Irish is still spoken by the community, because Ireland at one stage, up until even 100 years ago, but especially the Great Hunger, the 1840s, that really kind of started the demise of the Irish language. Up until then, most of Ireland spoke Irish and only Irish, and maybe they were bilingual in the big towns and cities, but Ireland at that stage was like any other European country. We had our own language. So with the demise of the language from the British, kind of forcing it not to speak it, and as a form of control, that's what the bigger countries do. They make the smaller nations and people that they have power over, they make them speak their own language so that they don't have a secret language. So the Irish language has kind of, and then when the 26 counties got freedom 100 years ago, the Irish government didn't really do all that much to bring the language back, and it's been kind of generationally just getting worse and worse at school, and they don't teach it properly. When I saw this just a couple of years ago, I was kind of going, okay, so I want to do something about it. So that's when I decided to share with the people of Ireland and the people of the world who are interested in the Irish language what real Irish sounds like. So I do lessons online for groups or individuals to teach them real Irish and not the Irish they learn at school, because it's the system in school is broken. They don't, for the first couple of years anyway, they don't focus on the actual speaking of the language. They go straight into it and almost expect people to have knowledge of the Irish language already. It's kind of, it doesn't make any sense, but it's been like that. It's been like that for generations. So each generation is complaining about, I go to school for 13 years and I can't speak Irish. When I can speak more Spanish or French or German when I leave school than I can my own language. So there's definitely something broken. Yeah.
So we are all in for a treat today, because you are going to play the Irish drum, hold it, wait for it, the Irish drum, and sing an Irish song for us. Can you tell us what the Irish drum is called in the Irish, what the song you're singing is called, and what it's about, please?
Okay. Yeah, so the drum, it's called the bowran, and it comes from the Irish word for bower, which means deaf, because when you bang it, it makes a loud noise, so it's a deafener. And they used to use it for going into battle against the British and whoever, probably amongst themselves as well, as a kind of an adrenaline, to get the adrenaline going. But now we use it for more pleasant things like singing songs or accompanying music. And so yeah, I grew up singing songs in my area. I don't remember a time not singing songs. The parties and get-togethers, local get-togethers, they would always ask me to sing a song. So even if it was just a verse of a song or something like that, and then later you'd learn whole songs and fast ones and slow ones and happy ones and sad ones and everything in between. And that's again part of our culture. It's called Sean Nos, which means old style. Sean being the Irish for old, not to be confused with Sean, the name Sean.
And what is the song that you were going to sing for us today?
Yeah, so this is a song that many people learn at school. Actually, it's traditional, but it's also one they learn at school. And it's since I'm in County Clare, it's a song about County Clare. It's called which means there will be a fair tomorrow in County Clare. And so that's it. So many of your viewers might know this. Okay,
so give it to us, please.
This is
exciting. We want to definitely see that drum.
There we go. There's the bowran.
Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of wood is that made from?
It's made from just a wood frame and goat skin. The actual thing you beat is goat skin, and that's what they traditionally used. Yeah. There we go. So this is called Bain Chamarach, and you can join in. And this is on my album, the Love Token that I have on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you get your music, Amazon or all that. So Bain Chamarach, a gun and chláir. in the Khamar Khagunda Khar, in the Khamar Khagunda Khar, in the Khamar Khagunda Khar, Kavaham Waini Vaina, Vahirina Likatuhan them, Vahirina Likatuhan them, Vahirina Likatuhan them, Vornino na Hedi, Nils to Jenna Hinek Fos, Nils to Jenna Hinek Fos, Nils to Jenna Hinek Fos, Nerevais to Tree, Jabay to more, Vahirina Likatuhan them. Vahirina Likatuhan them, Vahirina Likatuhan them, Vornino na Hedi. There you go.
Thank you so very much. You have the most beautiful wife, and we have some photos to show of you and your lovely wife, which is interesting because these photos were taken in my old neighborhood down at Battery Park. And can you tell us about your lovely wife, how you met, where she's from, and why you got married down in my hood?
Well, yeah, that's back in 2010 there. So, you know, I'm clean shaven again there. But I had a kind of a mullet going there that I didn't even realize I had that time. But that's my wife, Anna. She's from Poland originally, and she's a psychologist. And we met there was a poetry festival going on the Aran Islands, on Inisherin, my island. So I was on the boat going out there, I was going to do a bit of singing. And she came. There was a Polish poet going to be reading out there that same day. So herself and her friends were going out to see the poet, and Piotr Sommer. And so then she came down the stairs, our eyes met, and love at first sight. And so then here we go later. So in 2010, because my wife is Polish, I'm Irish, when we were getting married, we said, where are we getting married? You know, so we said we'll go somewhere neutral. So we chose New York City, greatest city on earth. We had never been before. So we got an officiant there, Tulis McCall from Manhattan. And yeah, it was just a lovely day. We got our witnesses. They were nice pair from Los Angeles. And everybody seemed to be, so that's out at the Statue of Liberty. That's on Liberty Island. So we got the boat like from your hood, from Battery Park, and it was best day. Well, top 5, because since then we've had 2 kids, so you know they're all top 5 days now. But it was a magical day, and a little crowd gathered around us. We didn't even realize we were so in love, you know. And,
that's nice. Yeah, and if we zoomed in, we'd see my old apartment building down there, the old Morgan Stanley building.
Oh, I wish I knew you that time. We'd invite you out, you know.
I would have come out. I definitely would have come out for that one. But MacDara, we have a tradition on the Kelley Show where we ask our guests if they could name one person, place, thing, or experience that they are thankful or grateful for. Who or what would it be?
Well, my wife Anna, obviously, she actually changed my life. I was kind of didn't know where I was going in life, and when I met Anna, everything's been going great since. And so we fit perfectly and everything. So Anna definitely, and there's a few places on earth, like New York is definitely a place. I love Inisherin, where I'm from. Dublin, I love Dublin. I love Warsaw. I love the whole of Italy. I can't wait to see more of America. But so they're places that are dear to me. And what was the third one? There was a third, an event or something, is it?
No, it's just like name one thing, but being Irish, you've got to do the whole thing. It's all good. It's all good. Well, listen, thank you so much for being a guest on our show, for sharing the Irish language, the culture, the music, which I'm very proud to be an Irish citizen of the culture, even though I'm a mutt. It's okay. If you would like to get in touch with MacDara and learn more about his music, his courses that he gives online, the Irish culture, music, language, everything in all Irish, we've got his contact information up for you here. And
that old photo of me. Thank you. Thank you.
I always say you should be modeling. You really seriously, the man should be a model or in the next Irish film. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, MacDara. Come again as a guest in a future show. And to my viewers, if you would like to be a future guest on The Kelley Show, we have the contact information listed below. Write into us with your email address, all of the contact information, your name, where in the world you are, what your story is, and most importantly, why you would like to be a guest on The Kelley Show. And stay tuned once again for the next episode of The Kelley Show, real people with real stories in real time, because my next special guest, and it's always a secret, is gonna knock your socks off. So you stay tuned, don't touch that dial, and Garrett, take it away.
If you would like to be a guest on The Kelley Show, send us an email with your contact information, where in the world you are, and a brief description of the story you'd like to share today.